Yes, a special one from the CEO, stand coming with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the South Band, charges on the beat.
On the spoon to get your information. On the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon, spoon, spoon television. Spoon, spoon, spoon radio station.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Monrovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon you will know. If the children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, my brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening in Monrovia, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what happening in the ministry, to spoon. To spoon. To spoon. You from Fundraiser, Maryland, to spoon. To spoon. If you eat kepa, gradually, my brother, to spoon. You got a spoon TV, you got a spoon radio, to spoon. To spoon. You want to get a news update, to spoon. What? Yeah. Rastafari. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. What I want? Yes, what you got today?
Spoon TV. Spoon.
Yes, what you got today?
Spoon. Spoon TV. Spoon. Spoon.
Skidibidi dabado.
Spoon TV. Spoon Entertainment. On the spoon to get your information. On the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon, spoon television. Spoon, spoon radio station. Spoon television.
Yes, a special one from the CEO, stand coming with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the South Band, charges on the beat.
On the spoon to get your information. On the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon, spoon, spoon television. Spoon, spoon, spoon radio station.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Monrovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon you will know. If the children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, my brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening in Monrovia, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what happening in the ministry, to spoon. To kilibamba, 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 kilibamba. What I want? Yes, I do, but today. Yes, I do, but today. Beseku. Ba. Skidibidi dabado.
Yes, I, a special one from the CEO, stand coming with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the Southern Band, charges on the beat.
On the spoon to get your information. On the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon television. Spoon radio station.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Monrovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon you will know. If the children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening in Monrovia, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what's happening in the ministry, to spoon. To spoon. To spoon. You from Fundraiser, Maryland, to spoon. To spoon. If you eat kepa, gradually, my brother, to spoon. You got a spoon TV, you got a spoon radio, to spoon. To spoon. You wanna get a news update, to spoon. What? Yeah. Rastafari. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. What I want? Yes, I do, but today. Yes, I do, but today. Beseku. Ba. Skidibidi dabado.
Yes, I, a special one
Okay, folks.
from the CEO, stand coming with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the Southern Band.
Okay, let me say a pleasant good evening, good morning, good afternoon to you. Depends on where you are. And it's a great way to welcome you again to another edition of the late night show, the late night politics on Spoon. This is a platform that affords everyone the opportunity to have a voice right here. And regardless of your political view, regardless of um, the political party you support, or what, even in a case where you don't support any political party, the late night show afford you the opportunity to speak on national issues. I'd like to say welcome to the show tonight. My name is Nelson Colette, and we're live. Let me say this: we're live on Spoon TV. We're live on YouTube at Spoon Talk Live, and shortly we're gonna be coming live on Fabric TV and Super TV as well. Trying to make some connection in that line. We're also live on Spoon FM 107.5. We're live on Fabric Radio 101.1 as well. And we want to say welcome to the program tonight. We encourage you to share the show. I mean, as you, especially those of you following us on online, you can share the show as you come on, share it in all of your different groups, your chat rooms, and everything, so that we can have other people joining us tonight. And this is going to be another fascinating edition of the program. It was amazing last week. We want to say thanks to all of you who make up time every time to join us on the late night show. And I want to say welcome again to another program tonight. So we are going to go across. Let me, first of all, post the link in the comment section so that those of you out there wanting to join the show can come in now. We try as much as possible to open it up for everyone to come on here and make their contribution to the national issues, to the happenings in Liberia. And we want the females to join us as well. So as you see the link there in the comment section, you can click on the link and join us regardless of where you're falling from. You can join us tonight. Just click on the link, put in your information, and you can come on live, and you will be with us this evening on the program. So again, welcome to the show. Let me go across to bring in my co-moderator Moba Zokia here on the program. Moba, it's great to have you tonight.
Yeah, thank you, Nelson. How was the day today, brother?
Yes, I'm doing good, and it's good to see you. It's good to have you on. Um, it's an amazing thing when we all wake up, we go about our activities and come back. So
Cool.
it's great that we're in another week, and we're
Yeah.
here again to serve the Liberian people.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay,
Cool.
so let me just bring in the rest of the guys who are already here. I understand our sister Justina is going to be joining us tonight. We want more females to join us because this is about Liberia. It's not about any political party. It's about our country. And let us all come up here and discuss those issues here together tonight. Let me bring in um let me bring in okay, I'll bring in Prince. Welcome, Chief.
Thank you, Nelson. Thank you. And thank you to
Okay,
Molva. And then thank you to the rest of the people out there. How you guys
okay,
doing
so
today?
Yeah.
yes, we're
Good man.
doing
How are
okay.
you?
We're good.
How,
I'm
how was
good.
the day?
Today, God is glad to be up again.
Okay.
After,
Okay,
no, for me, I mean, I got a bad day, but I mean, it is what it is. But I mean, I'm
oh
bereaved,
wow,
but yet and say I'm still on the show. I mean, it's to give my input to our listeners out there.
Uh,
wow.
my condolences, man, to you and your family.
Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you.
condolences to you, and
Thank you, Nelson.
we hope that you get back stronger. And
You know,
yeah, it's a whole process of healing. When you lost someone so dear to you, it's
oh,
not a
yeah.
one day thing. So many times people expect that you recover the next day, but sometimes it takes years. But all we can
No,
say to you is that you have to be strong, and we pray that God gives you strength as you go through this process.
thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Nelson. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
So Sylvester, that sheet, that paper, the rough paper you're using to web your camera.
No, man. No, man.
So let me say welcome to you, Cindy.
That tissue,
Cindy,
man. That tissue.
but the tissue, son.
Very hard, man.
Unless Sylvester joined the CPP, he would not have the right materials.
Oh,
Imagine. So the CPP has the right material.
We have the
no.
right ideas and the right material to face Liberia.
No, Commit
Nelson.
has all the money, so he dishes money
Nelson.
around to get support.
Look at trouble.
Nelson, I sent something to you on your WhatsApp. Read it. That's why I got today from someone.
Wow. Okay, I'm gonna check it up. I will check it up right away. I'll check it up. But Raymond, it's good to see you, Chief.
It's glad to always be here talking about the issue that affect all of us, Liberia, our common patrimony, and the issues that affect those that we love, we care about, the Liberian people. So it's always good to be here, Nelson, especially for the work that you do, having our people informed in these critical times. We want to say, have our sympathy, my brother, and Sharif, your t-shirt, man.
You know,
Thank you,
I
bro.
wanted
Thank
to
you.
say
Thank you.
something, but I want George to come on before I can say it. You know, at a point on Saturday, you guys were delaying to come on the show. So George said that the people looking for money. The United Party guys went to look for money. So you see, they're not here on the show, Nelson. You know, but it was a great show on Saturday. Sheriff, you weren't here.
But Nelson,
Yeah.
before you go, you continue. I mean, everybody got party. You gotta look for money. You gotta
You
have
gotta
a
go
rally.
rally to get money, yeah.
Even though in America, the place we live, between Democrat and Republican, when we the Democrat ready, so long as that campaign process is on, you gotta love it. Everywhere you are, to make sure that the party has sufficient funds to go out there to campaign.
Prince,
Campaign
please
is about
allow
money.
me to respectfully disagree with you. Not every party in Liberia looking for money. The CDC
No,
not
no,
looking
no,
for
no,
any
no,
money.
no, 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 I'm not
The
saying in
CDC
Liberia.
got all the
No, no,
billboards, all the new
I'm not
cars,
saying
all the
you're right.
t-shirts, and they're not looking
You're right,
for any
brother.
money.
You're right, brother. You're right. You're right. I thank you for the correction. You're right.
The Unity Party folks are good at honestly looking for money and getting legitimate money, not to loot country coffers.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
that's why we do that.
As long as the money is used for the right purpose.
So
Of
who
course.
are those we have here tonight? So we have Moba. Moba says once he sits in the seat, let me bring Victor on. I see Victor.
Yeah, man, I love this hard though. One day I will steal that hard. I don't know how you manage.
I got me get 2 more. As long as I'm
No, Sylvester's camera is Victor's camera is not on. But I want to say welcome, guys, and Sheriff. It was great. It was a great thing that you went out there to do. I saw the beautiful decoration on Saturday when you guys set off for was it a rally, right? A fundraiser.
Yes, it was a fundraiser. Yeah.
Yeah, for the fundraiser.
So how much you made?
The hall was beautifully decorated with green, a touch of green, and then
I think
green and white. Yeah, green and white.
So how much you made?
You know, the
It's
Unity
not a
Party.
platform to make report.
No, yeah, I
you
will
want
come in.
person out?
I will come in. Nelson is still speaking, my brother. I will come in.
Listen. It's important because nobody should say Prince is wrong or Sylvester is wrong to ask a sheriff how much they generated, because this is where transparency starts from. It starts from that very moment when you are not in authority. And the mistake sometimes we make a lot is that we throw all the punches at the ruling establishment. Oh, the government. What are you doing? You know, we want the ruling establishment to be transparent, but when it comes to pushing those who are coming to us for the opportunity, those who want to extend to leadership, we don't push them against the wall. You know, we saw that with the CDC here. CDC had dollar rally, And when some people talk about that, I say, no, man, why I get to talk about CDC dollar rally? You know, it's
They
not
sh- they
important.
sh-
CDC is
they
not
sh-
in authority.
I mean,
You know,
Well, wait for Georgie
so,
before he say we're
so
talking beyond him.
no,
George will not
you know,
come.
it's important, and I think this is where transparency should start
The
from.
punch is too much for George tonight. He will
But
not come.
you see the thing George can be doing in the chat room.
My man,
You know?
Anyway,
make it.
that's children discussion. But I want to say welcome, guys. We could just make the round. 1 minute, 30 seconds ish to
Yeah,
talk about
Nelson.
what's on our mind.
Nelson. You mentioned something, and then Mr. Besser asked a question, but
Okay.
due to so many interjections, so I couldn't say a word.
Okay. Yeah, you can go ahead.
Okay, good. Yeah, first of all, I want to say thank you to each and every one of you guys for the birthday wishes, because Saturday was my birthday, and then Sunday was my daughter's birthday. So our birthday are just a day apart, and that was the most important thing. And then after that, I had the fundraiser, which was a successful fundraiser, and we generated more money beyond our expectations. But I'm not in a capacity to break down all the earning, including the pledges. I worked in that program as in the position as a program coordinator, and we do have our chairman, we have our treasurer, we have our leadership that are in charge of that, and there's some transparency involved, and there are records for everything. If the public wants to know, I can invite the leadership here. They can come on this platform, and then they be allocated time that they can break down all the contribution that was made during that fundraiser. But again, the name JMB resonates everywhere across the global stage, not only in Liberia, and we saw that firsthand during the fundraiser. And we are thankful to each and every one of you. As my as my opening statement time is given, I will highlight a few individuals who contributed massively to make this program a successful one. And one of those is our own Justina Taylor, a very vibrant lady. She's hardworking. I love her to death, and she did extremely well as well.
Okay. Thank you very much. So let's start with Mobile. Mobile, you can make your opening and just say what's on your mind. 1 minute, just a minute and 30 seconds.
I got a lot on my mind, but I would really wonder for George to be here. So, that would school him when it comes to security matter. You see,
Imagine.
yeah. So, you see, today I saw a video of, circulating on Facebook or pictures. What you say, Roman?
Can I interrupt? Prince is about to leave, so if you could get a word before he leaves.
No, do you really think Prince is leaving? Prince, I think Prince is saying when he's leaving.
I'm still about Debbie's. I mean, I do my rounds, gentlemen. So about you guys can be. I already muted myself already, but when my time, I'll come up.
But you want to come in?
No,
just
yeah, no.
All right, yeah, I think so. Yeah, let me just.
Okay, no problem.
All right,
no problem.
Thank
You
you,
can come
Nelson.
in from there. I can stay come up. That's fine.
All right, thank you, Nelson. On
Amen.
what's on my mind? Two things on my mind this afternoon. One is the video that I saw today on Spoon Talk around 4:45 that the CEO showed at the Capitol today with the EPS guys stepping. Right now, I'm still feeling. I'm too. I feel so bad. I've not been too cool since today. After 4:45, I'm like, why would this human beings look at somebody and step on the head after he already been subdued by the officer in white? He was on the ground, so already he submitted himself already. Now nobody know where that guy is right now because the blood coming from out of his mouth. Is disturbing. That's number one. Two, I seen the video at 5 a.m. this morning when I was standing barrel on Bobwaka was traveling to Ghana, and people have to be calling at international airport to displace it. That means Some already got partisans that we communicate with. The security of our Senate barrel is at risk. I don't care who the government provide for Joseph Boakai as a security. They should be far away and he should have his own security. That would be my advice to the entire campaign team. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much for sharing your thoughts on the show. Moba, you can go ahead. What's in your mind? So we'll just before Moba comes in, we'll go back to the rules now on the show. We were just making our opening, so we had to so we'll go back to the rules. So the first rule here is when it's not your turn, you please mute your microphone so that you don't get other people distracted and so forth, so that you don't interrupt as well. And then if you're coming on the show, especially for those wanting to come in for the first time, because those who are here, they already know the rules. If you're coming in for the first time, make sure that you are not wearing on anything sleeveless, muzzle arm, underwear, all those kinds of stuff. Just make sure you're covered, at least a t-shirt or so, because this is TV. And then yes, let's do that. And then we encourage you to share the show as well. Those of you coming on, you can share the show as we move on. So Moba, you can go ahead.
Yeah, before I go ahead, let me congrats my team Liverpool for coming from the back, overcoming 10 men. Yeah, all right. Let me go to the topic on our discussion. Well, I and my brother George today were back and forth on the comment section, because he understand, I always tell people, right, like everybody specializes in certain things. That's how the whole world works. George, you specialize in where you whatever you're doing. But when it comes to security matter, you're not. And I want to school him a little bit, but let me just, my brother said it. A security camera within entity, like for example, to the airport. If you have a security camera to the airport, it's not there to film an individual on a high risk or it's there to film. Okay, let me just make it clear, right? It's there to film everybody. It's there to record everybody. But the meaning for that security camera is to bring up any when it comes to violence, and then share issues. But it's not there to focus on one person, recording and put it out on the media. It's wrong. That identical radio station, the vice president can sue that radio station because, number one, the vice president was not engaged in any activity. For them to take his video and play on a Pacific show and degrade him that he in a wheelchair going to hospital. He can sue Freedom FM for that. So where's the security? Where's the security? It's just scary. Like our security now have been we come on the show every day, we say the same thing, and the people proving it to us that the security is only belong to CDC. It belongs to CDC. If you're part of CDC, I'm sorry for you. Look at the way they step on our young man today in your face with high boots. If you restrain somebody, the moment they lay down, they are subdued already. You don't have to touch them. In any means, in any manner, they are harmful. They are unharmful. They're done. They're always on the floor. You get no right to hit on them. All you need to do, you cuff them. That's it. You even get ready to step on them. You get ready to lay your elbow on them. Nothing. But today, what we see? Today, we saw violence against our young man. Stepping in the face. Publicly. And it's well filmed. Nothing will come from other. You know why? Because it's a sedition. It's a sedition.
Attention here from the capital. There's attention here from the Capitol Hill. There's attention from the Capitol Hill here.
Hey, you got right here, huh? You got right here, huh?
This is the second mansion. You don't do that here. You don't do that here.
You know why he said this is executive mansion? We can't do that because they are already violated that man's right. They are already, you know, beating on him. And it is wrong. We all know that video that's circulating on the social media today, tomorrow. As long, let me tell you, let me conclude on this, right? A person, like for example, let me get an example. If somebody after me, you get a rock. Because I don't want to make it clear.
30 seconds.
I don't want to make it clear that our listener to hear it, right? If I have a rock or I have a stone or I have a stick, anything in my hand, the moment I see somebody who I want to hit and I start on, I hit them, put that stone down, and I allow them whatsoever. That person that allowed them to get it right to what? To subdue me in a way, not to harm me, but to cuff me and take me over to security. The anything investigation can go on and on and on. But you can't go, the man already on the floor, he ain't have no rock in your hand, he ain't got stick in your hand, he ain't got nothing that can harm you. But then you use your boots and step it in the face. I will see what our elderly people or what's all the religion people, what they would say about that, because the video is circulating all on social media, everybody's seeing it. So we're waiting for the investigation team, what they would say. Up to the time, we can't hear from that brother, we can't even see. People say they're still looking for the man. I submit.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Sandy, what's on your mind?
Good evening, gentlemen, and good evening to the Liberian people. I want to start off tonight by saying thank you to the Liberian people. Mr. Cummins and the CPP has been moving around central Liberia, mainly around the Monrovia, Painesville area. And the people are gravitating towards Mr. Cummins' message, a message for a new Liberia, a message for transformation, a message to deliver our country from where we are currently to a better state, facing the economy so that all of us can have jobs, so that our resources can be utilized for us and not just for few. Mr. Cummings' message is for a bright future, better education, better infrastructure, a better economy that will work for all Liberians, that we all can benefit from. He is a negotiator that will negotiate deals for Liberians. He is a negotiator that will ensure that our resources are being utilized for the Liberian people. And for the fact that the Liberian people are gravitating towards his message, I'm grateful to all of you. And let us all remain focused on a new Liberia. The old system has not worked for us, and we need a new system and a new governing system that will transform our country. I want to end tonight by saying, I want to end right now by saying, look, the violence that we are seeing across the country during these election times are uncalled for. We should not encourage violence across Liberia among ourselves. All of our candidates, they have children, but I don't think we see their children out there fighting for them. Do not hurt yourself or anybody, not for George Weah, not even for Mr. Cummins, not for Mr. Boakai, not for anyone. We can carry on this election peacefully as a people and as a country. Do not go out there hurting yourself. Do not go out there hurting your brothers, your sisters, or any Liberian for that matter. Let us enjoy the little peace we have now. Let us build on it so that Liberia will continue to be better. And all of us as a people can enjoy from that beautiful country. I'm looking forward to a great discussion tonight from the panelists and, of course, from the chat room with the exchanges going on. I'm looking forward to a great discussion tonight. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Raymond, go ahead. What's on your mind quickly?
So I just want to condemn the video we just looked at. The security is meant to protect the citizenry, to ensure there is public safety and the rights of every Liberian citizen is upheld. What we witnessed today is sad. That the security apparatus are using force, depriving the Liberian people of their voice to stand up for what they believe in. And even going as far as trying to destroy evidence. You're beating on someone, and someone is there recording, and you are taking, he said it's the executive mansion. He wasn't recording anything about the executive mansion. He was recording something that took place on the pavement, on the roadway. And the executive mansion has a fence. It has a demarcation. That doesn't fall in the demarcation of the executive mansion. It's a sad day. But I also like to use this occasion to speak to an issue that I saw today when the vice president, the video footage of the vice president at OKFM, saying that they are trying to put in place a legacy. You have 6 years. 6 years is just 2 years short of 2 terms in the USA for presidency. You have 1.5 term to be a US president, if we would say. And you still talking about trying to establish a legacy? It just tells you that the CDC have admitted that they have failed. In 6 years, if you don't have a legacy, you're not going to have any. You don't even know how to govern. You're not even discussing the issues. The issue that affect the Liberian people, they're not discussing it. All they care about, because President Salif had 12 years, we need 12 years too. It doesn't work like that. On a job is based on your job performance that you're given an opportunity to continue. After your probational period, and thank God for you had 6 years as probational period, the Liberian people will rate you on the 6 years performance. Have you improved their lives? Have their living condition improved? You came on the mantra of change for hope, promising everything good for the people. Say a propos. And now the people are even poorer than what they were before. You have increased poverty to an extent that the Liberian people could never imagine, ever. And you still want 6 years? Is this slavery that you want to put the Liberian people in? Look, it's a time now that the Liberian people stand up for themselves, realizing that this time around is an opportunity to right their wrongs. And I like the song that is singing around, our past sorry. We made mistake. If that is true repentance, and even the Bible says, if my people who are called by my name will humble themselves, seek my face in prayer, I will hear from heaven. Look, God don't like wicked. God don't like bad, my people. God will forgive our land and restore our dignity and give us the prosperity and the success we deserve. Only if we can repent and give ourselves a responsible government. A government that will look forward to the well-being of the Liberian people. The government that will ensure that we can grow our own food. The government that will have on their heartbeat that the Liberian people get jobs. A government that has done it, have an experience. And I was excited the other day, an analogy that I gave here on the show. The standard bearer that I support used the same analogy. He said, look, when you get a new car, you look for the best driver to drive your car. And Liberian people, that's what we have right now. I rest my case.
Yes, Johnson. One minute.
Thank you guys. Welcome. Good to see you guys again. It's a wonderful time to be here again. Sandy, thank you for your script, man. You know, CPP people good at giving press conferences. That was good script.
I did not read anything. It came from the mind of the Liberian people.
Anyway, I mean, I will just briefly talk about that training video of the security officers beating on, you know, that guy and whatever it is, you know. There is something in security that is called, everybody here should know, the use of force, you know. That was excessive force, you know, it was excessive force. In security, we have something we call threat perception, okay? That guy had no threat perception. He was on the floor. He was lying down, okay? So why do we use little force to stop the behavior? He wasn't harming anybody. He was lying on the floor. but then he went and used excessive force. That is completely wrong. He must be punished, and if found guilty, must be dismissed. I pray that wherever the victim is, he's doing well and he can seek the necessary medical, treatment. And the next thing I want to talk about is a certain president like George Weah. After 6 years, you run a campaign and you go to places. Some of the things. Did you guys watch the video Bo Waterside of he dedicating a market? That was the project. He went on his campaign to Bo Waterside. Toure, I swear to God, you can build that market. I'm telling you, they had ribbons and he continued with Caesar. I was like, oh my God, 6 years is this kind of that market? Zinc shack, I would call it a zinc shack. That's so shameful and disgraceful for a certain president. 6 years, that's why you got to use to campaign with. But on a serious note, we have to fight hard. Tier 1 Gonglo, JNB, Cummings, whatever. We have to fight hard to keep these gangsters out of power. I submit.
Okay, so thank you very much. We will just be as fast as we can because we're gradually running out of time. So Sharif, you can take 1 minute, quick, sir. Yeah. Yeah, Sharif, go ahead. You're live.
Yeah. First of all, thanks and appreciation to every single one of you guys on the platform, and also to the participants of our fundraiser that was held on Saturday. Special thanks to the organizers and all the party leadership. And before I go into my statement, I just want to condemn what happened today at Executive Mansion. It was sad. But again, these sort of jungle justices have got to come to an end. And we need a better regime that will hold people responsible, irregardless of your position in government or your position in power or your financial status. That's why a functioning society should behave. But back to our program that was held on Saturday, it was a successful one. And I just wanted to give a special thanks to our captain, Morris A. Momo. He is the regional and our regional coordinator, Mr. Paul Ngisa. You guys, your leadership inspire all of us and your commitment in guiding us through this process, and also our Chairman Mike Muller, your unwavering support and a dedication to the cause fuels our collective momentum. And to the Rescue Mother, Honorable Nyombli Kanga Lawrence, we just want to say thank you so much for all you did on Saturday. And also special thanks to our chair lady, Lady Kumba Cole, and our Chairman James Rogers, and Chairman Thomas Ansumana, Joseph Tarbert, Madam Nancy, Honorable Fumba Sharif, Minister Andrew Kier, and also the Women Congress, and our dear sister, Sister Justina Taylor. You guys did extremely well over the weekend, and we are overwhelmed with your support. And again, Liberia is on our mind, and we are here today to discuss the issue as related to our nations. And we saw today when George Weah went to Cape Mount, and we know that this regime, the only thing they're good at that I can give them is taking pictures and videos. For some reason, we have not seen no videos or pictures from the CDC camp based on their visit today in Cape Mount. That just tells us that the turnout was underwhelming, and as a result, they are hiding everything. But again, we live in a digital age. People have sent us some videos and pictures from that area, and it was quite sad. And that just a statement that these people, they're not going to be there for for the near future. They'll be gone by October 10, 2023. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that. Ture, let's hear you, Chief.
Yeah, thank you so very much, guys. Thank you once again. Glad to be here. Good evening to all of our followers, listeners in Radio Land. Nelson, man, thank you for doing this, brother. Thank you so very much. the dedication to this process is, I mean, it's incredible, bro. Thank you. But yeah, man, that video, to just have my low spin on it, that video is disturbing. It's inhuman. I mean, nobody should be subjected to that. And all of you have taken a right spin on it. You know, once someone is on the ground now, universal law obviously states that threat has been diffused at that point. Humanity should kick in at that point. You cannot step somebody in the head, man. Like, come on. Like that is just below the belt, man. And but again, this regime, and everybody try to impress somebody, man. Everybody try to impress, and they will do whatever they think. I mean, they will go to the extreme to try to impress somebody. That's even trying to hurt their own citizen, man. That's bad. It's the bad stuff. But
Okay.
what's on my mind?
You've already exhausted. What's on
I
your
mean,
mind?
oh, Nelson, I literally not even go 40 seconds, Nelson. Jeez.
Okay, so take 30 seconds. Yeah, let's take 30 seconds because we have to.
You know, it's like you let my man Roman win almost 3 minutes 45 seconds.
Hey.
Let me say this. To solve that broad problem, we need somebody that understands law, rules, regulations. That's the only way, brother. That bro have to understand that if you vying for leadership, it's not for you to be served, but you are going there to serve people. People need to understand that. And the only man that I feel can really, really get like bro to that stage is Honorable Tiaon Gonglo, right? He lives that lifestyle. He's not about flamboyancy. He's not about all of the glamorization that come with the presidency or that come with leadership. He's there for service. And we need a leader like Gerald Rowland that will come and not just talk the talk, but walk the walk. And that's why Tiaon Gonglo, you're going to have in Tiaon Gonglo. Thank you so very much.
Thank you very much. Jerry, you have 1 minute, sir. And then once our sister Justina is set up, we'll bring her on. So we move on to our first talking point tonight.
It's my time now, right?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. 2 things quickly. You know, it is extremely ludicrous and stupefying for our folks in both maybe ANC, CDC, and all of that. They just been writing on Facebook, speedy recovery, especially the ruling party. Why are they much more concerned about the help of Joseph Boakai and everything? By the time the man even stay home one day, all of them will be ready on Facebook. It speaks to the fact that they have no message because they have failed this country. The help of Joseph Boakai doesn't have anything to do with stopping the 50 billion that Samuel Toy announced to the Republic of Liberia, for which the Minister of Education was asking that, to reform the education sector, we need 1 billion. How does that have something to do with the issue of addressing the objective condition of poverty in our country? So the CDC folks have nothing to offer. Even I saw some ANC folks writing all kinds of rubbish on Facebook. That's the same thing some of our friends who use the Spoon Network. When you see some of these things people are writing about Standard Water Spoon, whose medium of network we are using to convey our messages to the people, let us come and discuss these things that concern our people. How do we end poverty? How do we address the issue of inequality? How do we address the issue that our people are faced with? See the living condition today in Monrovia. Go and check and see what our people are going through. You leave that, instead of addressing these things, you either attacking somebody, like the way the CDC said they are planning, to put group together in in United States to go be saying fake things about Standard Water Spoon and all of that. Standard High issue in the United States. Let us address what we are going through in our country. George Weah said to end corruption, he will do a lot of things. Let ask them all the hard questions. Why is it that Weah did not do?
Thank you very much. That's what you did, Jerry.
That's the issue we are concerned about. Instead of passing around 1 minute messages about JMB illness.
1 minute exhausted. Let's bring our sister Justina in. Welcome to the show. Oh, are you driving?
Thank you, guys. No, relax. Don't worry about it. off the wheel.
No, your safety, your
It's
safety.
against the rules.
If you could
Now
just
it's against.
maybe find somewhere.
Does he reach?
Hold on, let me speak first. Wait, give me a minute, okay? They can all drive. It can drive itself, okay? My hands not off the wheel, okay?
You're not coming
So don't be
anywhere.
scared. I technology. This car can carry itself without my hands.
No, it's
You're not
Okay.
coming in clear.
not. It's not.
You're
It's
not
not.
coming in clear. Your network is not
I know the echo.
yeah, you're not coming in clearly. I don't know why. You're not coming in.
Okay, I mean, let me disconnect the radio.
Watch, you cannot reach one time.
So why you trying
Okay,
to
you can
do
hear me
that?
better now?
No, not at all. Not at all. So let's try to. No, it's still not good. The audio.
Maybe you can go out and come back in.
Yeah, maybe you can go out and come back in. So let's try to bring.
And for public safety, let's try to set some standards. It's not allowed.
Yeah.
While I should
So
control the
let's
car
bring
or the car
Keita
control
on.
her, let's try to settle standard.
Justina say her car is auto drive.
Hello.
Yeah,
Are
it's
you
still
there,
not safe.
Keita? Wow. No, again, Keita, you have to adjust. But folks, we want to say thank you again for joining us. Most of you are aware that on the last edition of the show, we played this video, and this was one of our talking points on the last edition of the show.
And before the criminal steals, before any road steal, they got to stay somewhere to steal. They get legal space to steal. So before the citizens steal any election to steal. So when you, the citizen, don't give them ground to stay on, where they will be able to steal? And at the ocean they running into, and they will run in the ocean. I said to the board district A yesterday, I told them the military board talking to, you know, when you can be manager, you are privileged. That's a privileged position in every campaign. So that military brass talking to me, the police talking to me, immigration, they say one vote. Anybody try to steal it here? Now when you want your presidency to go good. So we'll protect your vote and your vote will count. That's all I got to say. Thank you very much.
Okay, so we played that video on the last edition of the program, and we share our thoughts on it, and it was a great show. But the latest update, if I may say, is that 10 political parties have decided to come together. 10 political parties following the last edition of the show. You have the Unity Party, the Collaborating Political Party, comprising of, okay, so the Unity Party, where you have UP and half of the LP all stuck together there. You have the Collaborating Political Parties, half of the Liberty Party plus the ANC. You have the Liberia, that's the Liberian People's Party, the Democratic People's Party of Liberia, the Liberia Restoration Party, the Movement for One Liberia, the New Liberian Party, the Reformers National Congress, Vision for Liberia Transformation, the People's Party, and the African Liberation League. All those 10 political parties came together and they signed an MOU. They signed a memorandum of understanding to protect their votes. So the standard bearers or representatives from those different political parties attended that MOU to protect their vote. The primary reason, the major reason why all those 10 political parties went together, went into an MOU, was to protect their vote. Those political parties want to ensure that come October 10, their votes are protected. So Mr. Cummings made a very important statement at that occasion, and the Unity Party was represented by the by the chairman, the national chairman of the party, Reverend Luther
Luther
Tappet.
Tappet.
Yeah, Reverend Luther Tappet. Now, why this is happening, the chief of staff of the armed forces of Liberia sent a caveat today to all political parties, whether ruling party or whatever, and specifically to individuals who may want to spark violence, that the army, the military, will not relent going after those individuals. Anybody, regardless of who you are, the military will not relent. They will not hold back going after you. Now, I want us to look at this thing from two sides, from the both sides. From the angle of the political parties first, and then what the chief of staff is saying. Now, those political parties have been talking about this thing time and over and again. All different political parties have had their own reasons why there's a need to protect the votes. And today we're saying that they're not just saying it, but they're going as far as signing a memorandum of understanding. What does this really say to our electoral process? What does this say about the function of the National Elections Commission? Is it that those political parties do not trust the NEC? Is there anything smelling here for which those political parties have decided to not just say that they will protect their votes, but to even go into a memorandum of understanding? We all know that the CPP of Mr. Kumis and the Unity Party, they have got some differences. And it was because of those differences that the CPP is on its own and the Unity Party is on the other side. Are we seeing here that this issue about protection of vote is bringing back, is bringing those political parties back together? Or is it just because they don't trust the National Elections Commission? You know, I want us all to share our thoughts on this issue. Then we'll move to the other aspect that has to do with the military and the statement from the chief of staff. Maybe you can go first, Mohammed.
Yeah, actually, all the political leaders, first of all, I'm gonna commend what they did. Yeah, in the interest of the Liberian people. But the reason they did it was because they didn't trust the election commission at all. They didn't trust the election commission. They believe that if
Is
they
there
come
any
together,
reason for anybody to not trust the NEC? The
yeah,
National Elections
because they say whatever you see smoke fire coming from there. They seen people who they call the seditions, who like they get high position. They coming out telling people, say no matter what you do, so we are 12 years. Anything you're lucky or not, you're lucky. Even when the people win, even when Joria win, your girl on the street will put people on them. And when the ruling party is saying those things, the people got to come together because one vote should be protected. And I'm a commend them for that, for standing together. Coming without one ideas. Meaning, if I for Unity Party, if my brother standing from CPP, Sandy will protect his vote, Sandy will protect my vote. Sandy will not be there to say, okay, you know what, let me complement with CDC. No. Sandy will say, no, I agree. So I believe that all the political leaders, they are not, they trust the National Election Commission. They trust that body. Let's be frank. We can sit down here, we talk here every day. Look at the election that happened with Tera Ure. Tera Ure won an election, but it was a flaw.
That's exactly what I was coming to mobile. This very NEC conducted the election that brought Senator Dillon to power today.
Mm-hmm.
It was the same NEC that conducted that election.
Okay,
Senator Dillon won landslide.
Yes, the reason
not once or twice.
Yeah, the reason they could not, because the margin was so wide to the extent that you can't steal that vote. But Tera Ure won that election a slide. But because Abu Bena Kamara was from CDC, they gave it to him. We all saw it. It was true. The records are there. And you understand? So this time around,
the record does not reflect that. Yeah, but go ahead.
No, I agree. But people who are there, people who are in the chat room, they came out and said it. Okay, let's talk about the election in Foya. I mean in Lofa, the senatorial election. Everybody know what's happening. So this time around, the presidential election, the people will not take it for a joke. And I'm so excited. All the political leaders get together and they make that one stand. And I'm gonna tell Alexander Kumi, thank you, and the all the rest. I submit.
Thank you very much, Moba. But let me come to you, Cindy. Cindy is very important. It's good that you are CPP's representative here on this platform. You're propagating the message from Mr. Cummins. Few questions are coming as we talk about this issue. The first thing is, if those people could work together, why couldn't they hold together from the very onset? But they had to part ways and say the worst things about each other. Now, when it comes to votes, before they're trying to consolidate, they're trying to put hands together. Like the Unity Party chairman today was saying that it's important for the opposition to work together. Mr. Kumi said the same thing. So I mean, but share your thoughts on this issue, Cindy.
Look, we know the issue that's sent apart the collaboration, that's plagued the collaboration. Both leaders had intention to become president of Liberia for good reasons. Mr. Boakai want to rescue Liberia. Mr. Comey want to face the Liberian economy. So we could see that holding together at that level was a bit complicated. However, we must understand that both leaders have common denominator, which is to see Liberia become better, which is to vote out and kick out this current regime. So while it is true that they could not hold together on the same ticket, their desire to see a better Liberia remains stronger than their differences. So it is important now as an opposition community to come together on a one voice to protect the Liberian people votes against a regime that have an intention to remain in power for more than 12 years, as we have even heard sometimes. So coming together now, standing together and say, let's do this together, let's protect the votes, is the right thing to do. So I want us to focus on that. Let us forget about what has happened in the past. What has happened in the past had happened. Moving forward as an opposition, the collaboration is important. Working together to ensure that this election is not rigged is important. So, I mean, that's what I'm going to say. But look, we know that this election commission is compromised. I want to believe that the commissioner and all of those that work at the commission will hold their integrity very high, that they will be professional and put behind personal affiliation, personal relationship. But we do know from what has been said that the commissioner, the head of the commission, have a direct relationship with the president. So if that's the case, then we do know that relationships sometimes tend to interfere with professional conduct. But I want to believe that her professional conduct will be held at the highest standard.
Thank you.
To protect the peace in our country and ensure that Liberia continue to foster in the right direction.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ramon.
So there's an abductive reasoning called the dog test. And it says if it swims like a dog, if it looks like a dog and quacks like a dog, you can rest assured or suppose it is a dog. The CDC has a characteristic that has been known for over the 6 years period, or about the 6 years period she have ruled. She have not followed rules. She have bent the rules to her benefit. And we can take you from several elections. Malba mentioned a few. The Taylor Ure won. And Dara Dillon election, he won with a landslide. It was difficult to mess around with it. But if the result was close, I can tell you they were going to mess around with it. But because it was so wide, and we can even see what happened in the Nimba elections, it had to be an issue. We saw what happened in the Bapalus election. The traditional people had to step in. So those people hands are close to the cookies jar. They're trying to mess around with it. And I just want to add up to what my brother Cindy said. I believe everyone in the opposition, especially the lead ones, those candidates we know, because some of the presidential candidates, I don't even know them. You put their picture up, I don't even know they're running, to be honest with you. But for the lead ones, especially those 10, I think have more like minds than they have things that divide them. And I believe they have Liberia at heart, except that all of them can be president at once. And Cindy said it right. They all got strong will to be the president. So that strong will drove them until it divided them. But this time, to ensure that it's free, fair, and transparent election is held, and whoever the winner, the will of the Liberian people prevail, they're standing up to uphold it. And I can call on every Liberian to be in support of this good venture, because it is your right to decide whoever the president is. Nobody should bully you, make you afraid, or kind of put you into a corner to relinquish your right. No, that's what God has given you. That's what the Constitution has given you. You decide who the president of the republic is. Nobody has the right to that position. It's the Liberian people that have the right to decide who holds that position. And so I want to commend the military as well. And we said it the last time. We said it's the right of the military to ensure that the laws are upheld. Whoever takes the presidency in an illegitimate manner by vote raking is an illegitimate president, and then not the commander-in-chief of the military. The military don't take orders from them. And in the military, you take oath. You take oath to uphold the law and protect the nation, that of the Constitution. And that's exactly what they're doing. Thank you.
Mr. Johnson, come in.
I think it is expedient that these political parties came together to fund a collaboration in order to protect their votes. You know, one thing from the onset, I knew that CPP was not going to hold, especially at the standard bearer level, because everybody wanted to be standard bearer. Cummings came in to say, I don't want nothing else beside the presidency. So how could he, take another position? But again, that's another thing. But these political parties did extremely well by coming together to say, let's protect our votes. Because there are a lot of rumors in the corridor. You don't want to sit back and then let things happen. Then you run to Supreme Court and then there's that and what have you. So protect the votes. So they came together so that each party can protect you. Protect me, I protect you. You watch out for me, I watch out for you. Again, it is alleged that the commissioner for NEC is just we a girlfriend. Okay, it was said right on the show by George Solo. That's alleged, as I use the word. So all of these things make people afraid and say, you know what? We need to, even we can agree in a lot of the things, but we need to agree in this one because it serves all of us interests. Whoever your vote, even if it's 20 votes that you have, let it be allotted to you. Nobody should tamper with it so that everybody can walk away with what they got, and then the Liberian people voice the Liberian people choice can be taken. When the Liberian people speak, nobody should tamper with what they have chosen. And especially with this kind of, how can we now hold together with certain things when we have this kind of nightmare hanging over us? Another 6 years of Jawia. It will be more of that video we just saw here. Another 6 years of Jawia. You and I will not have privacy, like we saw with a former VP. It will be worse than that. Another 6 years of Jawia. You and I will never make a trip to Liberia because of all kinds of uncertainties. So it was good that they came together. I must applaud them and let them continue to hold together. Whoever the Liberian people choose, that's it. I respectfully submit.
Thank you. Sherry.
Yeah, first of all, I must commend the political parties for finding or forging a consensus to protect our vote. And this has been one of our campaigns. The fundraiser we held on Saturday, it was held under the theme "Protect Your Vote." And this is something that we have been campaigning for quite a while. And we reached out to various political parties that the fundraiser we are doing to pay pool washers, it's not only going to benefit us, the United Party, it's also going to benefit the rest other political parties as well. But I'm happy that they have come to a consensus to forge an agreement that's going to benefit the Liberian people. And again, I must commend the military and the police forces. We have to understand that the police and the military, they take oath to protect the nation.
Sherry, that is
Excuse
second
me,
topic.
just 1 minute.
You
Monba.
you
Okay.
jumping.
Just
Yeah.
1 minute,
Oh, okay.
Monba.
Yeah.
I'm in the middle of my
Monba.
Yeah.
There's a guy on the live feed. Yeah, just 1 minute. There's a guy on the live feed called Joshua Achido. He's being very rude in there.
Yeah. When Nelson was blocking, let me see if I can do it from. No, I can't do it from here. Nelson was blocking what Nelson can. Yeah. Sherry, you know that topic will be the next topic. About the AFL and making that statement. So you getting me, Sherry?
I'm listening.
Yeah. So the topic we on is the election.
I understand, my brother.
Yeah. Okay, brother. Go ahead. You got 1 minute 30 seconds.
Yeah. So, like I was saying before, got interjected. The military take oath to protect the nation, not a president or a regime. So this is not something that should be strange to any functioning society. But again, this government has failed its people. This government has failed in all capacities. Our citizens are suffering. Crime rates are high. We have the living condition continue to deteriorate under this government. And the living standard is below par compared to our counterpart in the sub-regions. Liberian people, we have a mandate. The mandate is we all have to stand up. We all have to stand up and protect our nation. And one of the main reasons why that this government was not able to change the result of Senator Dillon was because there was so many great citizens that stood up and to those polling stations and demanded those votes to be counted in their presence before they leave. This is what we have to do as well. If you have an election commission that is compromised, you have a conflict of interest in play, how can you trust them? You cannot trust an institution. And our judicial system is even worse. We saw it in this case. We saw it in Kabinejana case. We saw it in so many cases in our nation. Would the ordinary citizens get justice if something goes wrong? No. We even saw it today being played out at the executive mansion. We saw a citizen who has all constitutional right to voice his or her opinion went out there today and he got murdered. Will that young man get justice? No, I don't believe so. We need a government that will come in that work for every citizen of the nation. We need a government that will come in that seek the interests of a citizen. We need a government that will form a government that works for all, not just a select few. And who's a better person than Joseph Numa Barkai? Today we saw it, these people parading videos around, and I just wanted to make something clear. That video around that was circulating today of Joseph Numa Barkai is a CCTV video. So you have people at the airport that monitor the CCTV for security reasons. Or they knew that he was coming. The CCTV, I would disagree that that CCTV was specifically for JMB. The CCTV actually captured images of every single person or everything that happens at the airport. It was just an individual who watching the CCTV and used their smartphone or smart gadget and recorded the video at the time. But again, it's sad if you have a government that has done nothing for the people or lack a basic campaign message. So all they do is go around and propagate false messages that Joseph Numa Barkai is ill, who, by the way, is in great health condition. and he's in a grave health condition to liberate our nation and to rescue Liberia. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's bring our sister Justina in, so she make her point quickly. Then we'll come to Ray. Councillor Gonglo also is your party is also part of that those 10 political parties that went into that MOU today. But let's bring Justina in. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you guys. Let me apologize. Because I don't have time. I'm on my way to work, so I really wanted to show face it. And then tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I'll be full time on the set every week. But I want to disagree with some of our panelists on the statement the chief of staff make and those who commending the police. Look, when the police shows you that they are biased, then they are no longer a state trusted force. If the police were going to remain independent as a police, then we're going to say, okay, but they're running the country as a police state and the country is not a police state. You and I were here when the police director called a certain senator a threat of national security to the nation. You and I were right here when the police director said that when anybody go in the street to protest, they will get beaten. When the 3 missing boy parents got out there to protest that day on Ghana Road, they got flogged by the police. When injured Tokwa family got out to protest, they got flogged by the police. I can go on and name it incident that the police have shown just of recent at the Unity Party Rescue Headquarters. Y'all saw what happened. The police never intervened until the damage was done. And when it comes to the chief of staff statement, you and I were here when the chief of staff appeared on Spoon TV and said that there were people in the opposition that was calling him to overthrow the government. He said that it is on the record, on Spoon record, that there were individuals who were calling him, discussing with him to overthrow the George Weah-led government. Then you want to come back and can't tell you say people who want to instigate violence and you think you want to commend him? What makes you think is that indirectly talking to you? And when I throw a challenge to him after that, I said I challenge him to come up publicly to show us those information, to put this information to the state. Let the people know who and who were calling him to overthrow the government. So I don't agree with his statement he made, because that statement he made, he could flip it around tomorrow when government do something and you go protest, he will come against you and say you instigating violence. Until he can prove to the Liberian people that indeed he is an independent chief of staff that served the Liberian people, that he took oath to protect the life and the property of the Liberian people, until then I don't have no confidence in him. And he's my very good friend. He knows me very well, and I'm straight to the point. Discussing about the issue of the CCTV camera. It wasn't a staff that used their phone to record the CCTV camera. That's not how it works. The CCTV camera has a desk reporter that report that the NSA, the one that control it at the airport. They have a national security office at the airport that combine the airport security, the NSA, the immigration, and the custom. That video was sent to the NSA director, the video director sent Sire, and he sent it to his guys at the Freedom Radio station. So it wasn't an individual that sat on there and did a recording while the video was recording. No, it doesn't work like that. CCTV camera does not work like that. In fact, when you're recording, you look at it, can come to that image, you get a picture. But until you play the CD, before you can know that it was actually a complete play store. So that thing was done by the government. And you guys, some of us were quick to forget. Me, I don't forget. Javasi Kochi once said, your opposition, you're acting like you're so smart. But y'all fool your ear, what are y'all doing with no about it? They've been tracking the opposition leader, and I said that in the millions of times. I told the opposition leader 3 years ago to map up their security that are not going to be happy. No certain government that do not want to spark out chaos will bring arms and ammunition in the country secretly. Why would the government bring sniper weapons in the country? Why not bring it illegally? You have a police force, you have an army force. So if you need weapons for them, you could bring it in legally, but bringing it in illegally and trying to make it look like it was the opposition and only to find out about the government until today there have been no account, no proper information being given to us as to who those workers are for. That is a threat for us.
10
And what
seconds.
happened?
10 seconds.
What happened today to Joseph Jimakwaka? Let nobody take it for joke. These guys are on your track. They will treat you when if they cause them taking anybody's life up, they will take it up. Just we have said it, this election is about death and life for them. And when a man tell you his word, take him for it. I salute you, Akuna.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thanks for popping in to make your point. We appreciate that. Ture, let's come to you. The Councillor Gonglo, man on the show, Liberian People's Party. What's your take on this issue? 10 political parties coming together to protect votes, just to protect votes.
Yeah, it speaks. It's a welcoming sign that our democracy is working. There's also a welcoming a sign that people are not just in this for themselves, but they are in it for the greater good of the republic. Because election theftery is a violation against our democratic tenet, and they're coming together to try to ensure that that's not the case. I think we should all applaud them for doing that. But secondly, with respect to NEC, I mean, we and I don't want to beat on a dead horse here. I think you all have hit it right on the head. With respect to Senator Darius DeLong, that was an overwhelming margin that even the government, if they wanted to cheat it, I mean, it was just so overwhelming that they couldn't even attempt to do so by virtue of how that happened. But we also have to take into something into consideration what this president have said on record. I think none of you mentioned that. The president said under his administration, no euro will become anything, right? And or no euro will be elected in any elected position. If I'm directly quoting the president. So have to take that into account. Under no circumstances, Abu Bana Kamara would have won that election if something fishy didn't go on. I mean, I stand to be corrected, but
now, Ture, Ture, you're making very good points. But then, if we had to go back, the very election you just talked about was 20. You had the 2020 election, 2019 and 2020 when Senator Dillon won both elections, and it was a very NEC that conducted those elections. And I know someone may say the margin was very wide. There was a huge, a margin, and because of that, it could not easily be tampered with. But then, coming to where we are, this very opposition, those 10 political parties that went and affixed their signatures today, I believe that one of the reasons why they did that is because there is strength in unity. All right. Now, if they so believe in this strength that lies in unity, the question that someone is asking, listening to that radio or watching us right now is, why couldn't those opposition political parties hold together, put aside their differences, their egos and everything, hold together and nurture, prune, and groom that CPP that they started, that grew like a wildfire? Why couldn't those people hold together? But only now, when they are seeing quote unquote possible threat of what I mean, lack of trust in the NEC, then they are coming together to want to protect their votes.
Yeah, because now Nelson, you have to understand now that there is absolutely something that says the fight for the greater good. I think they're where it has come to now. They are not actually concerned about their personal interest or aggrandizement, but they are rather looking at it from a nationalistic standpoint. Okay. And also seeing that there is absolutely no chance of this government, of this CDC-led government winning election free and fairly. You know what I'm saying? And I personally, I mean, looking at everything that's happening, Nelson, I mean, with the level of desperation seen by this president now, I mean, the president is, visibly on edge. you know, and you see that anybody that is in that kind of position, number one, the president is easily angered these days, right? The president is literally going out of character on this campaign trail. So these are all signs that the president is losing grips. That is that this administration, they are losing hope, right? So the opposition political parties, they are seeing that, and they are actually not interested now in their own aspiration and hope, but the hope is now is to actually protect the Liberian people votes, and the only way they can do that, they have to do that in unison. And I think that
and it's great that we have Sandy here, who comes from the CPP, who is here propagating Mr. Cummins' platform and all of that. We saw, for example, Senator John Balut. Senator Balut was in the vanguard. He led this campaign. A black guy Cummins ticket, that campaign, he led it. He was on radio from one platform to another. Now, if someone listening to us now is to take a point, to Ray, is to take a point talking about this whole thing being about the Liberian people. You know, it is about the country. It is about Liberia. Now, someone may be asking as to why then didn't Mr. Cummins, for example, you know, hold on to or buy to that idea that was put forth. When Liberians across the country were eagerly waiting, they were yearning for this particular ticket, to a point where Senator Balut took upon his shoulders this responsibility of, you know, preaching this message and everything. Why couldn't this whole thing about this election being about the people and nationalistic stuff? Why we couldn't start from there?
Well, look, I mean, Nelson, you're asking some brilliant questions. But like I said, sometimes people actually learn, you know, after trying different you know, systems and different ideas and stuff like that. But let me give you an example why this is becoming more of a national interest based collaboration now. You see, when Donald Trump was president, during COVID, right? And I can almost tell anybody this: if COVID didn't hit, then we're going to have a second term. We're going to have Donald Trump winning second term election in this country. When COVID hit and his lack of leadership shown during that time, Republicans, I'm talking about top Republicans, started to actually go towards, you know, like or the Democrat. They literally started campaigning and trying to get this guy out of office. And that's the same thing we're seeing now. That's the same thing we're seeing now with this collaboration. Look, yes, we're going to vote against our interests this time for the betterment of the nation. And that's why I'm saying this collaboration to be focusing on. We're not going to sit here for this president to cheat. We're going to come, put all of our eggs in the same basket, even though we did not do that prior. But there's still an opportunity for us to stand for our nation, and we're going to do that. To protect.
Thank you very much, Ture. Thank you very much, Ture. Let's come to you, Prince. This thing about even the military being very concerned now. 10 political parties are equally concerned. They're going ahead, signing a memorandum of understanding to protect their votes. What does it say about election? What does it say about the National Elections Commission? What does it say about this entire process? What's your take on this?
Thank you very much, Nelson. And thank you to all my brothers and the rest of the world. Firstly, let me just first tackle the Election Commission first. In my own personal opinion, the whole electoral body, they are not credible. That's number one. The reason why I say that, there's a video that is also circulating. The NEC pickup at SKD, what he called the Boulevard.
72nd Boulevard.
72nd Boulevard. You see that guy putting a poster up of CDC from net pickup, that alone should signify to you that what is going on. What is going on? Net, the reason why you see net did not bring out the cheating during the 2-term victory for Senator Dillon was one. The war room was established. And that war room was established. Every vote that was counted there was sent to the war room. That's two. So because that were coming up, the votes were coming up. But if you look on the NEC website, it was not put up. They were not putting it up. But a call came from somewhere. They started to fix it up. They started to come up. So that's one. When the war room is established and everybody is doing that connectivity, hey, what you got in Bapolu? Hey, what you got in Sanekode? Hey, what you got in Bapa? What you get? Those results are coming from the tally that's been done. Everybody signed that. Now, the reason why the 10 political parties emerged today and signed that NRU, that made me rather understanding, is one. Sometimes the wise man changes. But before you became man, you were first born as a baby. You will sit, you will crawl better, then you will start to stand, then you start to walk. And everybody was trying to make their case, you know what, I can be president for the Republic of Liberia. So for this reason, I'm throwing my heart in the race. For the reason, I'm throwing my heart in the race. But knowing for the word that among everybody that is there was a key candidate that was there that already groomed. He was born, stood, crawled, because left at stages. And as the same with politics stages. Joseph Walker did not just jump to become Senator Barrow today for Unity Party. He went to the rank
just
and
to
file.
conclude, you have 30 seconds. Yeah.
Then with the chief of staff, Prince, which is my namesake, I don't trust him. I don't believe he would. Because you know why? A couple of weeks or months ago, he was threatened by the same person, Joe Weir. And district number 10, when CDC went district number 10, how many guys, national guys were there? Over 90 Sambo. Over 90 Sambo. Just what just said. Local at the party headquarters. When the police were put on last night, that UP guy, what the police were, they were standing looking. They were standing looking. And you say you want to trust the police and the army? I don't trust none of them. That's what I'm asking. I know. Let me give me 2 minutes. I'm asking.
2 seconds.
2 seconds, brother. I'm asking the campaign team. And with John Bikanga, our corporate meeting tomorrow, that we should form our own army brigade to safeguard the president, the incoming president.
You know, that could be another one, because we have the state security that should be providing security for everyone. So if you're talking about the need to provide an army brigade now, then you'd be talking about something else.
No, I'm not talking about army brigade. They're not carrying arms. That's number one. Chawasan Koji, the state cooperation carrying gun. They add the police. They add the ask 100. What he said? He said he don't know what the guys carrying gun, but he know that the guys carrying gun. The security apparatus in Liberia, I'm not trusted. I'll be real with you.
Thank you.
Because they used to what the President George Weah.
Thank you very much.
I don't trust them.
Thank you. Let's then go to Jerry. Jerry, you have 1 minute 30 seconds on this issue. You can share your thoughts. What do you make of this? 10 political parties. Some of those very political parties that refused to work together yesterday, they're coming together and signing a memorandum of understanding to protect their votes. What does that say about them as political institutions? What does that even say about the National Elections Commission, this electoral process? You have 1 minute 30 seconds.
Yeah, thank you. It's a brilliant idea that political parties, this is purely driven by the rescue team. We are not just signing papers, but we are acting accordingly because we know exactly. If you see a government celebrating in Nigeria with a lot of reports of fraud of elections, then it sends a message to us. If you see the government saying the same thing that happened in Sierra Leone, with a lot of international partners reporting fraud and election malpractices, then it is very important that we take the appropriate steps to protect our votes. So it is a very brilliant kind of move. All of us, whether we sign paper or memorandum of understanding, the Unity Party and the rescue train or rescue team is fully aware. We started planning almost 2 years ago concerning protecting our votes. And, so with all of the indications that we are getting from government, the same thing happened. All of them were jubilating that, Marabio won and Tinubu and all these, electoral, kind of fraud that were reported by international partners. It's a red flag. And on the issue of the army chief, the chief of staff, I think you need to have the courage to name and shame people the same way he came out and have that audacity to come and misinform the public that opposition members were sending him text messages. If he claimed to be a sincere person, I respect the army. They've been a little bit professional. But if you really think that he's not being used or he doesn't have any other agenda, let him be able to name the CDC Youth League and condemn them for always putting dogs in the streets. Let him condemn the ruling party for instigating chaos. When did he realize that violence is wrong? When it happened in District 13, when it happened in District 15, and District 3 on a daily basis, the harassment and intimidation and brutalization. When did he, or when would they wake up? When they saw peaceful students being brutalized, then we are going to a major election. You want to come and cosmeticize, and the issue of protecting our citizens. The Unity Party and the rescue team, we are not sleeping. We are prepared. Any form of intimidation, any form of violence meted against our supporters, it will be resisted. So the chief of staff will have the audacity to tell the ruling party to conduct a peaceful election because they are the ones that have the police, they are the ones that have the immigration, they are the ones that have the security sector.
And that's why he made it clear when he said anyone. They will not tolerate anyone.
No, you see, Nelson, what is a little bit funny is they are in this country. They're in Liberia. They're seeing what's happening. Unprovoked attack on peaceful students. I'm not you in the media. Maybe there was a statement from the armed forces. I have not come across it. You saw the brutalization of people when Jackie Colbert were having children party.
Jerry, do you really think that the military, the army, should be in the business of coming up with statements when you have these kinds of situations like the Jackie Colbert District 10 children party that was disrupted?
No, the army. Why do you think they are intervening now? Because it is a responsibility to protect our peace. To protect our peace because they are the ones that were commissioned to make sure that we have a peaceful environment. The intervention of the army is intended to bring calm because they are there to protect our territorial boundaries and protect the citizens. So if you see all these things, if you see people now agitating, if you hear Yaka Koluba speak the way he's doing, it's because all the instances are just cited. So it is important. Yes, it's good statement from the chief of staff, but I think you need to go much more further and tell the ruling party that just stop that kind of violence, just stop putting people in the street, just stop bringing guns in the country, just stop distributing guns among MCC people, just stop
giving
drugs.
That's what you do. Thank you, Jerry. 1 minute 30 seconds exhausted. Raymond, you wanted to make a point quickly before we move to Sylvester?
Sylvester done.
No, I didn't speak on the issue.
You done. No, I didn't topic on by the minute that shift to that topic, but we
No,
don't.
but Nelson said,
Nelson, I come in, Ramon, 1 second. Nelson, we're on the topic of the election fraud and the protection of vote.
yes, then he said we want to come to the statement made by the chief of staff.
Yeah,
But when it comes to that,
Okay, we'll give Sylvester 30 seconds. We'll give Sylvester 30
30
seconds.
seconds.
But nobody talk on it. Nobody talk about it.
So let me come in, right? The chief of staff
you
is a
wanted to
friend
make
and brother. But you know when
Okay.
Justina spoke, then I had a recollection. When it happened, when the standard bearer of the CPP, ABC, and Yeke Kolba got into a corner, and the army had to intervene. What was the statement that the army made? Even Yeke Kolba residents that have been ransacked many times. There have been many instances that the peace of Liberia has been threatened. And I remember during President Early time, when even political parties were wearing military regalia, the army criticized it and condemned it. So I think the army have been dumbfounded, and so it could put a cloud of doubt over them. So I understand when people have doubts about them. He's a friend and brother. I think he's professional. I mean, I want to give him the benefit of the doubt to trust him. But also when people are critical of him and casting all these doubt, it's so fair and just.
Okay. Thank you. Let's bring Keita. Oh wow. Keita went backstage again. Keita has been here. He's been wanting to make a point. Okay. Keita, you live on the show, sir. Go ahead. I think this is a first time on the show.
All right. Well, those who don't know me, my name is Mohammed Kita, and I thank you guys for the privilege, especially Mr. Toure, for collaborating this effort. I watched the show, but one thing that has been missing is a voice of ACO as an inclusion process for all Liberians, and I'm very happy to be part of this discussion tonight for one reason.
Okay, so Keita, do you support ACOP? Do you represent ACOP?
Well, I do support ACO wholeheartedly. Yes, I do.
Okay.
You see,
Okay.
I do 100%. To be honest with you, I do support ACO, and I'm also open to coalitions of alignment of interest and orienting view as a political process.
Okay.
To a
So you
compromise
can you can make your input to the discussion now in just 1 minute or 1 minute 30 seconds or so.
All right, thank you very much for the privilege. First of all, I will start by saying that what is missing in Liberia now has been neglected, and I'm happy that all the panelists asserted the messages on this now. This is election violence. You see, mental leadership in every political process always set the tone for political violence. You see, we can't deny the fact anymore. We can't dodge the fact. We can't deflect the fact, and we cannot defer the fact anymore. Political violence is true, is happening, and it is a concern issue that has been neglected. And for this process to work, all the political parties have to respect what the rules of laws and to avoid the issue of what political violence. You see, there has been a lot of political bullying. There have been stalking. There have been unacceptable human behavior as a neglect. And these are concern issues if we want to have a peaceful process in Liberia. And most importantly, one thing I also like to capitalize on that is not being neglected. I want you to give me the chance to say this. You see, political violence is an act, a certified act of terrorism. Why? Because you deny the people the willful and wanton access to what? A due process to exercise their vote through a fair election. And what is the consequences of political violence? Political violence, pre-election political violence could discourage and stop the whole process.
Okay, so
Viola, yes, please go ahead.
yeah. So you have you still have 45 seconds remaining, but specifically on this issue that has to do with 10 political parties, coming together, signing a memorandum of understanding to protect their votes. And on the flip side, you have the chief of staff saying that they will not relent to go after any individual who try to, instill fear in people or carry on any form of violence during this electoral process. They will go after them and so forth. We also want to get your take on that in the remaining 45 seconds you have left.
Well, I'm happy that you mentioned the Department of Defense in Liberia, because the chief of staff is Department of Defense. You see, election compliance and protection is a necessity for a peaceful process in Liberia. My take here is this: the military should stay neutral in the process. It is their responsibility to use that resilient approach to protect all Liberians. And it's also their responsibility post-election, whoever the winner is, to protect the government.
Okay. Okay. So let's hold you there and go to Sylvester. 30 seconds quickly, Sylvester, to just lend your thoughts, and then we should be moving on. Yeah.
Yeah.
But someone has an echo. Okay, I think. Can we all mute? Can we all just try to mute?
Well,
Okay. Yeah, Sylvester, go ahead. 30 seconds.
Well, I think the statement made there by the chief of staff, at first he says, when the president was out of the country for a longer period of time, people were calling him or contacting him to overthrow the government and this and that. Two things I got from that: either it's a lie, or he hiding information. Because first of all, if you get such an information, you can't just think say you're the only person the person talking to. What if he's talking to other people? That person must be brought in for questioning. Why are you telling me to overthrow the government if he's so sincere now? He wants to, or whatever it is. Number one. Number two, you shouldn't be the one talking about electoral matters like that. The police should be talking. When the police is overwhelmed, that's when the military comes in. The military should be primarily there to protect the country from external forces. But electoral matter, you coming in to start giving statements like that and what have you? What do you think? Right? You don't trust the police, or the police is a regime police?
Thank you. Thank you very much. With that, we'd like to go to the lines and take some calls. And then right after, we'll take 10 calls from Liberia. We'll take 5 calls from the WhatsApp line. Then we'll come back to you guys so we can end up the discussion from there. You make a closing and make the case for the different political parties that you support. So the numbers to call just before going to our WhatsApp calls, if you're out there, you're listening to your radio now, you can call 0777-771075 or 0555-101075, and you'll be live on the program this morning, the late night politics on Spoon. Let's take this person here. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Colette.
Yeah, good morning. You're live. Your name and where you call from.
We say good morning to all of the panels on the segment. My name is Josiah Smo, calling you from the Cocotan Peace Island.
Go ahead.
Mr. Colette, you know our chief of staff, many a times he speak, and in fact, he instill fear. Like the one he said, the last time. Someone say, if I people calling from the state to overthrow the president. How can a chief of staff speak like this? When the NSA will not invite him for questioning, he might just order the person. He's a top ranking member of the AFL. No, the chief of staff, let the police, let the police speak to us, because the police are there to do those work when they are being overwhelmed, or what have you, but they're no longer able to what they call it. Then They can call the president. Then they can call the AFL to come out.
Thank you.
But when they come out to say these things, they really put still a lot of violence in the electoral processes. What happened that role? What happened that response in such issues?
Let's hear you there.
We pray to God for peace and hope for these elections. We are all at rest. Election will pass. We will still remain. We are asking God, whosoever wins, nobody more for the ruling party. Let the please, whosoever we ever believe that the unity party, JMB, is the best person.
Thank you very much. Let's hold you there. And let's try to those of you calling, make your points in 30 seconds because we want to take 9 more calls, and we'll only do that if you can live within the time. So just summarize your point, make your points within 30 seconds, please. Thank you. Let's take this person. Hello, you live.
Good evening. Good morning, my brothers. How you doing?
Yeah, we're okay. Let's hear you, sir. Go
ahead.
ahead.
Speaking from Jacob Town.
Mm-hmm.
Recently, the 10 political parties came together. Let me tell you what has happened.
Mm-hmm.
Initially, the ruling party considered most of their key points. But right now, the few days, they are claiming that the Western region is their stronghold. So they are expecting a bulk vote result, just as they have in Sierra Leone, other countries, claiming this Western region to be their stronghold, and that's where they are expecting the bulk result to come from.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Hello, you live.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead. Your name and where you call from. No, please walk away from your radio. Reduce.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
I reduce it. Yeah.
30 seconds.
Yeah. What we're trying to do, what you were trying to say here, we're listening to you from earlier, by the way, from District 2.
Okay.
The army should be the one to back the police. Then the army will come out and make statement. If the army makes such a statement, then what you want for the police to do? But I mean, didn't trust the police. You see, so all in all, the commanding general, what he's saying, let it be truthful to us. Because
okay.
I don't care what you do. We need the army. We need the army to be with the election committee, with the 12 people. There's no joke about it.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let's hold you there. So the 4th call there will take 6 more from Liberia. You can call 0-777-77-1075, or you also call 0-555-101075. We take this person. Hello.
Yeah, how are you?
Okay, go ahead quickly. You're live. Your name and where you call from.
Okay, my name is Mike Achievo. I call from the Elwell Junction.
Go ahead.
Okay. Look, this thing sounds good, but I don't want to just buy into it because it looks like they have some motive. Trust me. You see how the chief of staff came out and spoke? Why now these guys have to come together? They think it's like a trap for the unity party. If they're not careful, if they don't think very critically.
What do you think? What do you think is a trap? What do you think sounds good, but is a trap for the Unity Party? Is it a memorandum of understanding with the 10 political parties?
Yeah, my brother. Look at what the chief of staff said. Okay, this thing. I mean, just analyze it. The chief of staff just came out and just made a statement, openly like that, striking statement like that. For me, I don't think that is something that is very, very meant to be done the way how it's saying it. There's some motive on in this thing. I'm telling you, military boys, especially need to be careful because they're not careful. They are the one that are mainly into this thing that they want to grab, but still, if they're not careful.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. We take the 7th call. Hello.
Yeah, Nelson, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Go ahead quickly, sir. Your name and
this is John D. Tamba, and I run the Simple River this morning. And let me say good morning or good afternoon to the guy in the diaspora. Listen, I started the show with you guys, but later on you went off.
Yeah.
But let me say this: uh, the issue that has to do with the member we're not understanding today or yesterday, I don't think it's a trap for the United Party because I remember we're not understanding is clear. This is the reason why our folks in the diaspora has lobbied around having a rally to make sure to pay our pool washer. We can assure the public that every police center you have more than 3, 4, 5 men there posted on behalf of the various political party that signed today. That is just a memorandum of understanding. So it is everybody's interest. We're hoping that others will join.
Thank you.
And Messi quickly, let me drop the line on this. The video that I saw circulating yesterday, it is now well for us and also our party, political party leader, Joseph Nimabwaka, footage taking against him, at the terminal. I think we're waiting on our party leadership to speak on this matter. But quickly, Nelson, ask your men, let them check on the page of the party chairman, CDC party chairman, see the word that he put on his page concerning the friendship between the Eugene Nanga and that of the president.
Thank you very much. We're going to check it up. We'll read that before the end of the show. Let's take this person here. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Good morning, my brother. How are you?
Yeah, good morning. Go ahead.
This is Isaac Lee, and I'm calling from Makibi County.
Let's hear you, sir.
Well, I'm following your show this morning, but I have some little concerns as to the one that has to do with the memorandum of understanding.
Mm-hmm.
I will talk about the memorandum of understanding being a very good thing. I will, at the same time, advise the Unity Party to be very careful. Now, I'm wondering this morning, where does this abrupt change come from? When you follow the politics that is going right now, you see that the ANC and other political parties are discussing nothing negative about the CDC.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is yes. Everything is about Joe Barker and the Unity Party. Joe Barker and the Unity Party. The Musa Ability and the Kumi, Joe Barker and the Unity Party. When you talk about Bernard Ure, Joe Barker and the Unity Party. Now, when you talk about protecting the vote, where you have 10 political parties right now, yes, they will be in the room pretending protecting the vote. But what if there is anything going on wrong and it comes out against the Unity Party? I would feel that Kumis and Yuguru, they come and say, well, yeah, it is true. We're protecting the vote. Nothing went wrong.
Thank you.
It's not impossible. Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Let's take this person. Hello. So it's like even the supporters of the political parties don't trust each. This trust issue is still in this entire thing we're talking about here. There's still a serious trust issue here. Hello. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, go ahead quickly.
Yeah, please, the president has listened to two events news this morning, yesterday afternoon, that the president made a remark that I wanted to clarify to say if you don't really like the president, that people will regret it. So I'm very scared about that statement.
Okay.
Didn't get a recording?
No, I don't have that recording, so I'll have to check that out. I don't have it. Yeah,
we gotta get it before we discuss it. Yep.
Yeah, I can't confirm or deny that.
Yep.
Okay, so we'll hold the local calls there and go to our WhatsApp line now. I'm pinning the number on the screen so that you can call right now on the WhatsApp number and make your contribution here. Let me see if I can get it coming up here very quick. Okay. Let's see if we can. Wow. Still trying to get this coming through. Okay. So the WhatsApp number is here. You can okay. So you can
Oh,
This Alex Menable calling from Minnesota, USA.
Yeah, go ahead, sir.
Because of time, I just summarize my comment.
Mhm.
You know, this Spring Sea Johnson, I don't know where does he, I don't know whether he's a trained officer. It's very reckless in your pronouncement.
Okay. Can you hold on a bit? Let me make this adjustment. Okay. Are you go ahead now?
Yeah, I said I'm Alex Menable calling from Minnesota, USA.
Okay, go ahead.
I said because Tom Fat, I just summarized my comment. I specifically talk about this Spring Sea Johnson in general. He's very reckless in his statement. I remember one time he said that people in abroad, so folks abroad, I think the overthrew the government. Who the three military commander would make that kind of statement? That alone, it told the stability of the state. And when you talk about election is still a matter. It's not military matter. And the police is still a force. They have the right to intervene. They only call the police when there's armed conflict or when the police have been overwhelmed. But he doesn't know his job. Maybe he want to impress George Weah. So I can serious problem with him. George Weah need to fire this guy. But anyway, I understand. The George Weah said he doesn't know the cover. He doesn't know the fortune president.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's hold you there and take another person from the WhatsApp line. So the number is now on the screen. You can call and make your input. We will take 4 more calls on the WhatsApp line and then we wrap up. Okay, so let's take this person. Hello. Okay, so we will take this person here. Hello, go ahead. Hello. Okay, yeah, go ahead. You live. Your name and where you call from.
Yeah, my name is Mohammed Bari. I'm calling for Johnsonville.
Okay, Johnsonville, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just want to say I got information. I don't know I can reach to the station.
Okay, yeah. If you have any information of such, you can reach the station. Yeah.
Yeah, tomorrow I'll be there by 10.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Let's take this person. Hello. Hello? Hello, are you there? Wow. There seems to be an issue here getting this person through. So we hope we can take another person from this line. Okay, so let's see if we can get this person through this time around. Wow, it's not coming again. Okay, so I think we'll come to you guys to start to do your closing, and then at any point in time we could squeeze those guys in. Yeah. So Moba, you can take off from there.
Yeah, I'll just be brief because the Liberian people we hear every night talking to you guys. We feel your condition. We know what you're going through. We feel your pain. The security in our country is not for you guys, only for people who support the ruling party, which is the CDC. There's no justice for you guys. There's no hospital. There's nothing. October 10th, what you need to do, go to the ballot box. Vote. Vote against this president. The president who controls the police. When he said this, that's why they go by. The president who watch people do things and there's no prosecution. And when you look around in Liberia, there's a lot of things that are going on and went on before. There's no clues on those stuff. The government just watch, and a lot of people walking in the street freely with a lot of crime. They do a lot of stuff. The UL bought a beat doing it July 26th, even. What our case today? But today they behind Gloria Musu's car. And they had no evidence. They had no fingerprint. They had no DNA. So that is selected justice. Liberians, you got to be free from that bondage. Or else, God forbid, if you vote, George, we are another second term. I'm sorry. There will be no Liberia for your children. Children will come. Because the police, the immigrations, the wicked stuff, they all will be on our street, beating you guys, raping you guys, and nothing will come from other aid.
Thank you.
If you part of, let me conclude. If you part of CDC, you'll be excluded. Meaning there'll be no job for you. There'll be no company coming in. So you get another 6 years to go through your hardship. Thank you, and I submit. God bless.
Thank you very much, Moba. Thanks. Sandy, you want to go?
Yes, well, as always, this has been a great show. I want to end here tonight by speaking to the first-time voter, the young people that are the future of our country. As you're about to cast your vote and you are thinking about who to vote for, I want you to ask yourself a question. What are the issues confronting our nation? Where are we? And where do you see yourself 6 years from now? Once you have identified the issues and you have asked yourself the questions of where you want to see yourself 6 years from now, you do obviously know that Mr. Weah, President Weah, will not lead you on a path that will enhance a better future for yourself. And while it is true that the other candidates, including Ambassador Boakais, are shown to be good citizens of our country and have contributed their portions of contributing to the success of our country, we do also understand that they do not have the mandate that is required to address the issues confronting us as a nation. So I'm speaking to you because you are the future of Liberia, and I'm asking you to think about a new direction. Let us change the system that has not worked for us as a country. The old governing system that Mr. Boakai has been part of has not worked for Liberia. The system that George Weah is implementing currently is not working for us. And therefore, I bring to you, Mr. Eddie Zenan Cummins, a man who has not been part of this corrupt system, a man who is coming in with fresh ideas that will refine our country for the betterment of you and future generations to come. Let's vote for Mr. Cummins because he brings ideas that will fix the economy. He brings ideas and plans that will bring jobs to the Liberian people. So that you, my young people, will not continue to be beggars in your own country. So that you, my young people, will have better education, better healthcare system that will work for all of us and not just for the few people.
Thank you.
I want to conclude by saying, please don't go out there fighting your friends. Don't go out there hating other people and hurting other people. Liberia is our common denominator. The candidates, including mine, their children are not out there fighting. Don't hurt them. Hurt yourself for them. Let us keep the peace. Let's enjoy the little peace we have now and let us build on it. We all love Liberia and we should all continue to fight for Liberia. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sandy. Let's squeeze in this caller who's been trying very hard to get through the lines. And then right after this, we'll go to Raymond to do his closing. Good morning.
Good evening to you. My name is Lake Kumala. I'm calling from Syracuse, upstate New York.
Okay, go ahead.
I want to make a few minute contribution to the show. I first want to talk about the Army man. What's his position? Is it commanding general, whatever it is?
Chief of staff.
Chief of staff.
Chief of staff. Okay. You see, I don't know him. I never heard of him, but I want to say this to him. Liberia today is not the Liberia of the 70s or of the 80s. A military man like him should be there for the people, not for an individual. By he coming out to say something like this, clearly diminish his own power and his future in that country. I will hope that he will be there for the people, not for an individual. And my next thing I want to talk about is about the Election Commission. I heard you guys talking about the Election Commission. They are not fair. They, have special relationship with the president and what have you. What I want to say to the election commissioner is this. You see, most of you on the show perhaps did not see 1985 election. For those of us that were fortunate to live at that time and saw what happened in 1985, we tell you this. If Emin Hammond was to come back, he would tell the election commissioner today to be fair. I have no doubt in my mind, the late Emin Hammond, who was the election commissioner in 1985, regretted what he did by giving the election to Doe based on false
You have
thing.
20 seconds to wrap up, sir.
Sure. So I will hope, regardless of your relationship with whosoever it may be on the side of truth. Because if you did not say the truth, if you try to do something that will not be the right thing, if the people vote this person and you didn't announce that that person wins, you'll be putting Liberia on the fire.
Thank you.
And if you did that, you will pay the consequences here and in the next world.
Thank you very much.
Because you know what? Nobody will forgive you for that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's hold you there. Let's hold you there and see if we can squeeze this person in very quick. Very, very quick. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead quickly. Just take.
Oh, hello.
Yeah,
good morning. Good morning.
Take 30 seconds.
Am I live?
Yeah, you're live.
Okay.
Just take 30 seconds.
Yeah. Good morning. And good morning to my fellow Liberians. Actually, 30 seconds is not very enough for me, but I will just do it fast. I want to come down to this election. Actually, my concern is that when we're talking about the election commissioner, when she already got a fair, with George Weah. At the same time, we're talking about this guy the former chairman from the former cabinet chairman the CDC chairman who said that how they call it, every snow pay already 1.5 million to ECOWAS to certify election. So we have to have a concern of this election. It's nothing to joke about. Actually, I really wanted for George to be on that panel for me to ask him some questions. Today he's not there, and there's no opportunity for me to be able to ask him the question concerning that. But at least I will be able to call maybe prior tomorrow or maybe this week. I'm always on the show, so I'll leave it there.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot for that contribution. So we will go to Raymond now. Raymond, you can go ahead.
Can I please switch my slot with Jerry?
Okay, Jerry, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. We are deeply concerned about this election, so signing a memorandum of understanding is the best way to go. The Unity Party, we are on top of our games. Whether we sign the memorandum or not, we were already concerned about protecting our votes. And I would like to say to the chief of staff, today in Liberia, you get certain people they call EDA 90. The way military people put themselves into politics at the time is a very, embarrassing thing. I don't support any president to die. I don't support war because I know what the 14-year did to us. It's a good thing. So it's better. Let them play the independent role. We are much more concerned about these elections because we don't want the same way George Weah came to power where the Supreme Court said, oh man, yeah, there was some small fraud, but you can't get a fair result. We don't need that. We don't need anybody to say, oh yeah, because there are 2-3 numbers, and but I can't change the result. No, we don't need that. We need every vote to count. One vote get missing. Some people will not be in the army. Some people will not be at the legislature. Some people will not be anywhere else. And we don't want that. I do not think we want that. George Weah won election on condition, like I indicated, to say, oh yeah, let me show, like the election results. We need peace. And my message to the Honorable Supreme Court, they have to be very, vigilant to ensure that they dispense justice without fear or favor. Because that court, over the time, has been compromised. We hope for once they will stand up for the Liberian people. because the peace of our country rests in their hands. The place we can go to seek redress at the court. So the court should not compromise anything. And we will not even wait for army to come and defend us. Let the CDC know. Because Jefferson Koji said this is a life and death situation. So we're not taking it for fun. If anybody thinks that you just come and harass United Partisans, harass members of the opposition, then you must be playing around.
Thank you.
The chief of staff should be honest and tell the CDC to stop creating a clamorous environment in our democratic process. We will
Thank
not
you very
take
much.
elections. Thank you very much. It was a wonderful time.
Thank you very much, Jerry. Sheriff, you can go.
No, my brother Raymond can go. So let's just go by the since he yielded time to Jerry. Yeah.
So our Liberian people, we come again to talk to you, not for ourselves. You know, Liberia is all that we have together. There's no Liberian that is more Liberian than the other. I got a few friends who have called me before, say, oh, you guys sitting in America and just keep talking. Look, my people, sometimes when you're not in the heat itself, the heat burns you more than those in the heat. Because you can feel it. You wish everything. You know, when you're eating baked chicken, you get children home, they ain't eating, you go to party. You can say, I wish my children were here so they can swap with me. Look, we all deserve better. I come to tell you today that do not fall in the mindset that the little thing works for you. It will not be big. No, we all deserve very big in our country. And one of the reasons why is that we have so much that God has given to us. The soil we got, the place called Liberia, how we came there and how our forefathers settled there, that God providence, that God guided us and did everything. All of the mineral resources, the forests, and everything we have in our country, that concessionaires are in there extracting from us every day, that God gave it to us. They got countries that got only oil, like the Arab land, and they're so rich. Our population is so small. We just reached 5 million. All these years, all our mineral, when the world needed to be industrialized, they needed iron ore, they needed iron metal, and they needed rubber. And Liberia was a higher producer. What became of it? We can right our wrongs. Bad leadership, corruption has been our number one problem. Today is the biggest problem with this government. Secondly, the lack of leadership, not knowing what to do, incompetence, gross incompetence. My people, the powers are in our hands. Today, there's an old man called Joseph Yema Boaka. Me talking to you, I belong to no political party, but I have a conviction. A conviction I've been carrying in my heart since I was a teenager. When I was a teenager, when other people were playing around, I played basketball. But I put my basketball playing around and started working as a youth volunteer. Started doing NGO job, where I even headed an NGO. Love for country and hoping to see that one day our country can be transformed and be equal on par with other countries. Because I identify that we have what it takes. Liberians are not dumb. We smart like any other person around the world. The only thing that is standing against us is our leadership and corruption. Let us right the wrong. We have a candidate in the race who has been there, who has done it before. When we fed ourselves in our records, he was Minister of Agriculture. When farmers could send their children to school, to places like LTR, Mission School, just farmers, he was the head of LPMC. Today, he wants to usher our country from this dark cloud of corruption, failed leadership, and take us to a place called prosperity and success. Let us give him a chance. He's only going to build a foundation that we can stand up from. The young people can come and take over. And I can assure you he's going to form a government of inclusion. John Malu, the champion for, or the anti-corruption champion in our country, who did a lot of audit doing Ellen Justice Salif time, belonging to the CDC, he already called him on board. He will reach out to Cummins. He will reach out to Dr. Malva. He will reach out to Councillor Gonglo, and will form a government of inclusion. It's about you, the Liberian people. It's not about
Thank
him.
you.
Let us elect number 2, Joseph Yema Boaka, and let us start the new Liberia that we all desire. A Liberia that where you will not go hungry. A Liberia where you can go to school. A Liberia where your roads will be paved. A Liberia that will have a state-of-the-art medical facilities. And Ambassador Barker and all his children live in Liberia. He didn't send them out of the country when he was vice president to go to school in other places, like some ministers and even
Thank you
assistant
very much.
ministers or directors in government doing. That's the kind of Liberia we need. That's the kind of
Thank you
Liberia
very
we
much.
deserve. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Sharif, go ahead.
Yes, my Liberian people, we are back again. As we all know, job retention in every meaningful society are based on performance, and it should be merited. If you work as an usher at the church or a pastor or an imam at the mosque, you are not performing, you'll be changed or you'll be replaced. This government has not worked and will not work. What is our prime responsibility is to replace them. This government has done nothing for you but bring harm to our citizens. My Liberian people, we need to rewrite the wrong. We need to correct our mistake. We need to stand up for ourselves. Every other nations around us in the Mano River region, not even talking about the rest of Africa, they are all progressing. They have all moved ahead of us. And we used to be the country where that they were all model. They all wanted to be like. Today, we have retrogressed under this regime. This government has sent us back over 20 years. To get back to other level, we need to double up our work. My Liberian people, as we sit quietly and wait for that fateful day on October 10, 2023, we need to exercise our right. And let's remember that our vote will be counted and our vote will be protected. Do not be deterred from any threat from external force or internal forces. You, the people, you have all the power. Your power is even greater than any army general, is greater than any police director. You, the people, you have the power. You have the power to put them there. You have the power to remove them.
Okay.
We have a nation today that lacks everything that any functioning society should have. No security, no good hospitals. Our educational system is behind. We have teenage pregnancy at a higher rate. We have extrajudicial killings.
Thank you.
Drugs have affected
Thank
our
you.
people. And we have one man in a race who can come and make that change. Joseph Nyuma Boakai. He has the experience. He has everything that every good leadership should have.
Thank
He
you.
possesses everything. He loves the country, and this man has the people around him. He will build a country with inclusion that every meaningful and talented Liberians will be part of. Let's vote Joseph Nyuma Boakai, count October 10, 2023. Vote number 2 on the ballot.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Keita, you can go ahead, sir.
Well, I think
You are muted. You have to unmute again, sir. You are muted. Okay.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Apologize for that. Okay. Well, thank you very much for the opportunity. I'm going to be very quick in the process. Well, the memorandum of understanding of election compliance to avoid certified act of terrorism is what ACO as a political party of coalition have adopted and accepted. We must stay true to the election compliance process conclusively. Election cohesion as a satisfied act can be prosecuted as a crime. ACO will comply with holding feet to the fire and under the light. ACO is concentrating on the issues and formulating rules to resolve the unresolved cloud issue of Liberia. Bullying and stalking will not stop ACO and its coalitions. Trump is facing similar consequences in the US. Is that what all the rich Liberian people want? I would say no. You see, there's a geographical acceptability of doing things. I think Liberia is given a chance now to create the conditions to set the precedence for the rest of the African nations to follow. we have seen rapid coup d'etat in other countries. There's a reason and there's a motivation for these things. But I think we have the chance and the opportunity to use our power through a fair process to avoid such a problem. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. So we'll move to Prince.
Well, thank you, Nelson, and thank you to my fellow panelists, and thank you to those that are listening to us out there, Liberia, and the rest of the world. I just want to make it very short and simple. Liberians, you are in the situation right now, and all you depend on is overseas support for rent, for feeding, for schooling, for medical bills. You depend on us here. Anything happen, hey, you say, oh, I gotta come up in America, I gotta come up, I gotta come up, sister. Now, you made a first mistake, 2017. This time, we already know that you have decided that this government must go. Liberians, I want you guys to think about the future of the children. That wake up in the morning, don't go to school, but go sell potato green. They wake up in the morning, don't go to school, but go sell roasted cassava. Think about those days. Those days, our parents, when we were coming up, like the brother said in 1985, our days, you could go to the store and your parents build homes from the store through LPA. But you said Human Biker came from with LPMC, he came with the BCDP from Broncante. And believe you me, when you elect Honorable Joseph Human Biker for president for Liberia, the transformation of Liberia will be rapid.
Thank you.
We all will live to see our grandchildren coming up. Let me get 1 second. Imagine my granddaughter coming to.
You've exhausted 2 minutes already.
But let me get you with this. My granddaughter came from Liberia in January. She got there when I picked her up from the airport. You know what she said? She said, Grandpa, the road to the airfield is a death trap. 7 years old child telling me that. Liberians, hands up. Number 2. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Ture, you can go ahead.
Well, thank you so very much, gentlemen. You guys, to be quite honest, I couldn't ask for a better panel to sit on every single night than you guys. If I had the opportunity to trade for anything, I would. But let me tell you, let me say this. You see, Liberia problem has been an old age problem since 1847. And I totally agree with my man Raymond. The country is rich. If it can happen in Rwanda, a landlocked country, it can happen in Liberia. All right? Liberia has just been bad lucky with bad leaders. And President George Weah is no exception. Right? This guy did not tell us anything prior to Liberian voting him in. The only thing he told Liberian, or at least the speculation was the president had the country at heart. Okay. He escaped all debates, did not tell you anything. You still went ahead, you gave him 6 years. Ladies and gentlemen, the question will be asked. Are you better off today than you were 6 years ago? And when that question comes, your answer should be absolutely or resounding no. Because affording President George Weah and this CDC-led government another 6 years, I don't want to say what I've been saying over the years over the past segment. What I've been saying, I won't say that for the you know what I mean. But let me say this: supporting George Weah for another 6 years, you better off just giving up in life. And you don't want to do that because you'll not be only giving up on your life, but you'll be giving up on a generation to come. So that question will come when you headed to that battle box. Are you better off today than you were 6 years ago? And when the answer is no, vote for any, I'm gonna say this, anybody that is not named George Weah, and that person should be Honorable Taron Gonglo, the man who I believe can solve the mess created in our country. Because everything starts with respecting rule of law. Simple. If you can't do that, you will not be able to regulate anything in our country. The fundamental, the basic tenet of any democracy is rule of law. And for whatever reason, Liberia have not been able to do that. And Honorable Taron Gonglo is the man that will do that. Vote for him, vote Gonglo, vote number 2. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So, Sylvester, you'll be taking us home. Finally, just take 1 minute to do your closing.
Okay, Toure, thank you. Taron Gonglo, the man that made broom expensive in Liberia. Thank guys for the night. It was a great time, being here. And the Liberian people, I just want to say to you that election has consequences. Okay? Anything you vote for, you will get a consequence. Okay? Vote right. No amount of money is equivalent to your vote. Go and vote your conscience. Go and vote for individual that will change your life, that will transform your life. We've been in this for long. Liberia is like a country, like a lady that's always coming across bad husband. Use her and dump her and move on. But there has to be a time where we say enough is enough. Somebody has to liberate us. Somebody has to make us to gain self-worth again. And that person is nobody else but the Liberian people. I submit.
Thank you very much, guys. We appreciate everyone for showing up here. And as we continue to say, the platform is open to every single political party. We have Cindy here, who represents the CPP, always making the case for Mr. Cummings. We have Raymond here, supposed to UP. And thanks to Mr. Keita for joining us today for the first time. He supports ACOP. Sylvester says he's for the Liberian people. He doesn't support any political party. Yeah, George Weah is here most times. And he's
anyway, gentlemen, I'm quick announcement. I'm here to announce the political demarche of George Weah. R.I.P. George Weah.
Get away. So George is here most times making the case for the CDC, and this is what this platform is about. And that's the reason why we keep posting the link in the comment section, and it doesn't matter your political view. You can come up here and share your thoughts on national issues. And this is what we do here. Thanks to a few of you who have been very consistent, always making it up here every evening. I must say thank you to you, Cindy, Raymond, Sherry, Sylvester, and all of you guys. To Ray, Prince.
My man, that's not fair, but he didn't call my political affiliation, bro.
Okay. So Toure is always here making the case for Councillor Tiawan Gonglo and the Liberian People's Party. Yes. So Councillor Gonglo has a representative on the show here. What? The political leader, the vice tenor bearer. No, that couple gay. I don't think that needs
couple gay.
My man, y'all stop playing, man.
Dr. Ure. Yeah, just say
Dr. Ure Yakpawuro, my man. Come on.
Yeah, Ure Yakpawuro. But I want to say thank you to you guys, and we look forward to a great conversation tomorrow again. It's been a wonderful show, and again, we're opening it up. Not just George, but anyone out there who supports the CDC, you want to form part of the panel, you can come up here. Listen, I receive calls regularly, and sometimes people will say, that George guy, I need to talk about him. In fact, the guy can boil my blood the way he talks about, but it's about Liberia. We will not see things from the same lens. We'll all see it from different lenses, and tolerance is in fact what matters most as we go through this process.
Nelson, you read the text I sent you, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So I read the text, someone saying all those kinds of stuff. But listen, this is the Liberian people's platform. And the best you can do as the management, our former CEO and the management here have made this platform available. People are not paying money to count on this platform. In other cases, I mean, you pay hundreds of dollars, $400-500 to appear on a platform like this. You own 3 radio stations on 4 major online platforms, but it's open to everyone. So the best you can do is to come up here, share your views, talk about the different sides you support, and that's the best you can do. All right. And we appreciate all of you for coming up. Yes. Raymond,
So talking about George, I understand a lot of our viewers get, unhappy with George, but I appreciate him. He bring a different perspective to the discourse. And you see, we all don't see things from the same perspective, and that's the beauty of democracy. We disagree to agree. So I got a call from a cousin of mine today, and we're talking about the show. He said, "Oh man, that George guy, man, that guy," and I had to defend George to him. I said, "Well, we all have the right to have a voice, and we have the right to express our voice as we see it. Once we're not dishonest, when we're not trying to be deceptive." And I think George come with an argument, and I appreciate him. I wish he was on tonight.
But George can go butter in the chat room.
And again, I want to say this: if you're out there, it doesn't have to be even George all the time. If you're out there, you support the CDC as well, you can come on. The link is in the comment section. You could even reach out to me. The link is in the comment section. We'll bring you on. It's about Liberia. It's about us making the argument here. It's about us convincing the Liberian people, the electors, why we think the side that we support is the best for our country. So again, I want to say thank you to everyone, and we look forward to. Yes, you wanted to make a point to.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Look,
After Turi,
I mean, Raymond, thank you so very much for bringing that. Let me tell you guys, the beauty of democracy is to tolerate each other and have opposite view. The day we stop having opposite view, then trust me, that's the day we're all gonna perish, because the opportunity of having opposite view, it build up what we call opportunity to innovate, and also and then just live like that. Because I mean, I appreciate Josh to have the ability and the audacity to come sit on this platform with everything we know that this government have engulfed on our people, and to sit there with dry face. I mean, the boy gave you smile, man. That should be applauded and that should be respected. I really do. I like him genuinely.
I know George will make a comeback. I know George will make a comeback. Prissy, what to say something?
Yeah, Jen, I just want to say thank you for all your condolences, messages to me as friends and brothers. I really appreciate it a lot, and my family really appreciate it. Thank you so much, and then I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Prince, I did skip that. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I have my condolences and my sympathy.
My condolences as well.
Condolences, brother. I just
once again, condolences. Let God take you through these terrible times.
I know, brother. Okay, thank you so much.
Okay.
Sharif, you have nothing else to say. We're done.
So, Sharif, you want to tell how much you have made from the fundraiser?
I could tell you, but I'm not in the capacity to do so, because we are Unity Party. We follow protocols. We follow due processes. We don't overlap functions, so we have to. That's why every working society should behave.
I respect that.
But again, I just wanted to say to every single one of you on this platform, thank you so much, and special thanks to you, Nelson, for holding us down. Thank you. We appreciate you. Again, it's overwhelming to see young Liberians gathered and having conversations, and we do agree to disagree. And CDC and every other political parties, we don't hate you. We are all Liberian. We love you all, and we all want a greater good for our nation. But what we don't support is we play blind eyes to certain things that are unfolding in our nation, and we don't want to say something. And then that means that we become complicit to situations. And that happens in the case of this government. We see that we just let few that this government is working for, not the working majority of Liberians. And we have to stop that. And that's why I want to say more work. Thank you.
Okay. So I know you want to start another show, but thank you very much.
That would be very unfair to end on that note. And Raymond, this guy spoke and ended for UP. So don't raise your hand. It will be
And
so
no.
unfair.
We ain't going back to that UP
No,
thing
but
again.
Raymond,
it's
you are
unfair.
muted, brother. You are muted.
Yeah, it's
It's good.
unfair
It's muted.
that
Raymond, you are
Sharif will
muted.
earn for the UP and I will not earn for CPP. That's very unfair. You got to
No, I'm
balance
not
the
talking about
equation.
UP.
We're just gonna
And
go.
Sandy,
Yeah.
I do not belong to UP.
You
I
guys
do.
know.
No, I'm not a
Okay.
UP partisan. I
So
support
let me
Joseph
just throw
Yima
this
Boaka.
in. Let me
Okay.
just throw
I'm an
this in
independent.
quickly.
Okay.
So let me
I
just throw
respect
this
that.
in quick. There's a post that one of our callers spoke of on Mobile Molu's page, the chairman of the CDC. Let me say that that post is fake. All right.
I saw it.
Mobile Molu reported that page
Yeah.
some days
saw
ago,
it.
about 6 days ago, that is a fake page. So
Yeah, I
what
saw
the page posted was making let me get back to it. Talking about the old man's health, Ambassador Boaka health will not change the mind of the people. You know, the message is not resonating. Find another strategy. That's something like that. The post was the post that was made on that page. So that's a fake page. It was not Mobile Molu that made that post. So
How
just
did you know,
to clear
Nelson?
the
How did
air
you
on that.
know?
So
Check it out.
How did you know, Nelson? People have
Nelson,
brother
right?
account, man. People have brother
Nelson,
account, bro.
sometimes, yeah. So why I thought that's why I wanted to say Modba Molu claims that the page isn't his. We even saw with the incident of Yeke Koluba when Yeke Koluba reported an individual who works for NEC. Her first statement was her phone got stolen until she got dismissed from NEC. And
Yeah.
we saw
So
her
but the other
demise.
aspect
So
is
it's best to say Modba Molu claims. You could investigate it and go realize it still belongs to him. So you know.
Okay, so
Well, he reported.
The jury is out,
Mobile
man.
Molu reported the page. All right, so
The
he
jury is out on
reported this
CDC, bro.
page 6 days ago. That is a fake page. People should be on alert. You know, he alerted. He raised an alarm about that particular page. That there's a fake page created in his name, and nobody should take it seriously. All right. So just few days after, we
No,
see
nothing.
a
Nothing.
screenshot from the page that is being circulated by this other page called Rescue Mission General. There's a page called Rescue Mission General that shared that screenshot this particular post that was made on this quote unquote fake Mobile Molu account and then share it. You know, so what else can we say? Mobile Molu has reported the page. He said it is not him, despite the page bearing his name. And we are aware that social media is such that anybody can just go and create page
Yeah.
today and put your name there and start to do stuff.
Yeah,
So it
Nelson.
doesn't mean that we're not investigated, but as it stands now, what we're seeing is that this particular post or this page appears to be fake.
Yeah.
Well, let's hear from our IT expert.
You're only basing that on the
Yeah,
fact that Modba Molu said so, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this is what happened. We you know, like even this show we're seeing right now, George Weah can watch it. But how do you know? Does he use his original account to watch this show? No. Almost so many high profile individuals have something they call burner accounts. Burner account, these are secondary account they use to do other things. Like one famous person that does that is a basketball player here they call Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant, he's the mastermind of that. He doesn't use his own account, so he goes after people who put negative comment under his post. He go after them, but he has a burning account. Nobody knows why account is it. So it's the same thing. So if this show is going on right now, George Weah can watch it, Mobile Molu can watch it, any other high-profile government official might watch it. But again, are they going to watch it from their main account? Because once that happens, people are going to visibly see it. So they use another account. So him saying that he doesn't belong to him does not give us any evidence that it doesn't belong to him.
So wait, Sheriff. You that you see something like account on Facebook, you can't say the account is not for me. Who am I to say the account for you? But
you're not supposed to believe him entirely that it's not for him.
Exactly. Saying the account is not for me and the account is not being for me are both total different thing.
The thing Sherry is talking about, KD, in fact, he denied that.
Exactly. He denied the fact so many times.
Right? But people had to, you know what I mean? You know, you got a lot of people that are savvy.
Exactly.
So, and they were able to actually trace it was him.
Yeah.
So let me just say something. I'm not an IT expert, but I know you can trace an account to the IP address, and you can trace it to the location, how many times the person log in, which location the log in from, and you can be able to pin it on an individual. And people can find that out.
And
Let me say something
you want
before
me
we
to,
leave, right?
I can post on my Indian beginning to work tomorrow morning.
Okay, yeah, you can put him to work. Let's see if Chairman Malu is saying the truth.
If you send me picture,
because we know that there's a bad blood.
Account. If I get a picture of that account, I'll tell you. I can tell you something about it tomorrow.
But Nelson, this is why I wanted to say, right? There was a guy in the comment section today that was making some denigrating remarks, especially about the panelists.
Yeah.
And someone said we should block him. But what I thought was, if he's that
what's the
passionate,
name of that person?
No, but hold on. Let me end my statement. If he's that passionate, if he wants to say something, invite him on here. Let have a discussion, give the guidelines. I think he wants to say something.
You mean the guy who was saying the guy who was saying that this UP platform?
No.
He was making some real denigrating remarks. I can't repeat them on this show.
Okay.
But remember, like for me personally, like on these online stuff, that will say what they want to say, man.
Yeah,
so
but
I
saw that he's
passionate.
I saw that he's passionate. He kept commenting. He was just in the session. So I want him to come and use that energy.
I think his last name is Doe. Some Doe.
Yeah, Doe.
Yeah.
I mean, Doe or Doe. Yeah, Doe. You're right. You're right.
Some Achi Doe, right.
Yeah.
The fact that George isn't on, maybe he could be the substitute for George. Let him come and let's have a discourse.
You see, right? I actually told this guy to come. Mohamed Keita, I told him to come because I a political party that's not really talked about. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And you really have some able men and women that can actually articulate the vision.
Listen, let all the political parties come on here. Let's talk about Liberia. Let's talk about the issues. And listen, I don't think any of us here will be responsible for someone lacking the technical know-how as to how to get on the platform. The best I can do is to keep posting the link in the comment section. The link is there. So if you know how to click on that link, put your own name there and enter the show, I don't know how else I can help you. The best I can do is to just post the link there. Yeah. Anybody can click on that link and come on the show. So,
and that's why we from the CPP know the technologies and we come here very fast. But I'll leave it here tonight. Gentlemen, it was good seeing all of you.
It was good.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. On the flip side, right? Advocating for this guy to come on. Who knows whether that's not a catfish account? That's someone who can even appear on this show.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the thing. Someone else.
You may see George
stuff. Yeah.
Look, I'm not gonna lie. I got my own brother account too.
It could be honorable Gray.
Possible.
Possible.
I'm
telling you, someone tell me, my man, I saw you on the show last night. But bro, I go through it, I don't see them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
So,
you'll be surprised. Most of the hateful comments here are actually people that work in the government right now, like prominent people.
Yeah, and they come with the fake accounts, but it doesn't matter, man.
But is it not illegal to have a burner account?
It is.
Well, look, man.
But it is
it's impersonation, right?
Impersonation, exactly. But it depends on the country. It depends on the country too.
Look, there are certain platforms that people don't want to go on. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's a platform that I don't want to call name on here because that man always using a lot of
Yeah. I want to say thank you for joining us. Thank you very much. It's almost 4 a.m. here. I gotta drive back home. Thank you, guys. We appreciate it.
Nelson, thanks, man.
Yeah, drive safe, Nelson. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah,
I'll hit you up tomorrow, Nelson.
Gentlemen.
Okay.
Be good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, folks, that's how we like to wrap up on this edition of the program, the Late Night Show and the Late Night Politics on Spoon. Thanks a lot to all of you out there for making your contribution, whether in the comment section or just watching the show or calling in. We appreciate you a whole lot. And your contribution matters a whole lot. And I think together we can make Liberia a great country. We don't have to always agree, but in our disagreements, we can be saver with an eye on the bigger picture. Liberia and on maintaining the peace of the country as well. I want to say thanks a lot. My name is Nelson Colette. We'll be here tomorrow with another edition of the program, the late night show, the late night politics on Spawn. Until then, have for yourselves a good night. Bye-bye. Spoon TV, Spoon Skiddy